We're here at Musikmesse 2015 on the Bitwig booth with Klaas, who's going to show us Bitwig 1.2. So, Klaas, Bitwig 1.2, what's new?
There's a lot of new stuff in it. There's some big features and a lot of small features. Like two of the bigger ones are the new browser that we also showed at NAMM. And there's the track groups, which is a much requested features from a lot of users. We also have a new mapping system where you can map keyboard and like MIDI messages directly to objects in your document, which is an addition to the control surface system we already have in place. So that if you want to do like a live performance where you say, okay, hit a certain key and it should switch to this instrument or arm this track, you can do these kind of things now.
Okay, so. Cool.
And there's a lot of small details. We have, for example, the pressure is now also note expression, so you can do recording of polyphonic aftershocks in the devices. We work together with a lot of device manufacturers like Roger Lin for the instrument to make it able to record these expressions in like multiple dimensions, in 3D expressions, into the software and play them back.
Right, so you're using that new technology basically to make a more expressive playing experience.
We're kind of trying to get the expression that we already had in Bitwig to get it onto your fingertips so you can actually play it as well, not just program using it, but also play it.
Cool. So do you want to give us a quick demo then of these different features?
Yeah. So, I got a basic beat going here, and then I want to find a bass line for it. So, in the new Bitwig browser, it's actually context specific, so you can insert it to any point where it makes sense. So let's say I want to add a bass sound, I just click here to add it. It now shows me all the devices I have installed on the machine, including plugins. I can go looking for presets directly, and I also can go look for presets across devices. So if I'm just looking for a bass sound, I can just type bass here, and it will show me the presets that I have on the machine. You can just go choose one and try it out. Wait a minute, it's not armed. I can now continue looking for a different sound. Until I find out one I like. All right. So let's say I want to replace the snare drum of my kit that I already have. Doing that, I would just go to the snare, the sampler, and do in context replace. And I'll say, okay, I want to look for a snare. You just hear, I can replace it in context. I can compare it to the old one with an A-B comparison. And here's the new one. Oh, no, okay, I'm happy. I just press OK. If I press cancel, nothing happens. So I don't need to undo anything or so. So that's a really quick way of just replacing existing sounds that you have. What we have, which is also new, we have track groups now. So it allows you to put multiple tracks within one group. You can just fold it away. So it's good for just getting rid of the mess in your top level arrangement, and you can still interact with them at this level, just drag and drop, copy them, clone them, duplicate, all that kind of stuff. Now, another new feature is the mappings browser that we implemented. This allows you to map any kind of things to any object in the software, but it's stored as a per document thing. We also allow you to change your preference settings mappings. So you change the default key mapping to something else that's more to your suiting. But the one inside the document then allows you to do specific things for this document. Let's say I'm preparing a document for a live performance, but I want to have 3 different synth sounds and use them in different stages of the song and switch between them easily. What we've done in this document, for example, is mapping it to the keypad so that I can change the arm state of these documents easily by just pressing the keypad. It's just mapped here. And you can make these kind of mappings, which you couldn't do before. Before you had to go over this control script layer, which was very generic in a sense, that it has an intelligent predefined behavior. If you just want a single shortcut to do one specific task, this is much easier. You can have multiple actions for one mapping as well. So
sounds very cool.
Yeah. And last, I want to show you how we've now added additional expression layer. Pressure is new in 1.2, and it allows you to have a total of 3 dimensions in controllers like, let's say, the instrument.
Okay, so we're looking at the Roger Lin instrument here, aren't we? And can you just show us what's going on with the integration with this and Bitwig?
Well, essentially, you have perfect mapping now of our note expressions from this input from the instrument. And it allows you to slide the pitch to any key that you want. You can also do this in a polyphonic sense. So let's say I start with a minor triad, go to a major one, or slide both of them. Or do vibrato like this. You can just do that on note expression. But it also has a second dimension, which is the pressure. So I can change the intensity of the sound. And as the third parameter, it has the timbre, which we've now mapped to the wave shape of the synth. This is actually a super simple patch just running on the polysynth, but since you have so much expression, it's a totally different experience to play. So I'm just going to show how this now integrates when you actually record it in Bitwig. So I start recording here. I have to turn off the loop, sorry. And now I'll just play something here. Let's say.
Klaas, when is this going to be available, Bitwig 1.2, and is it going to cost anything?
It's not going to cost anything, and it's going to be available when it's ready. We're trying to roll out the beta now after Messe.
Okay.
And then we'll see how quickly it stabilizes. So.
Okay, great. Thanks very much.
Yeah, thank you, Will.